What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick demo of my Solar AB1.6 FRCAR. I think if you follow the channel, you may have seen me post something a little bit ago, an unboxing, saying video coming soon. Lots been going on since then. I actually had my first gig in almost 3 years a couple weeks ago, so I really wanted to focus on that. So I was practicing and getting stuff ready. I use this guitar for it. So this is going to be a quick kind of pros and cons of this one. As you can see, it's a Solar, got the Solar logo obviously. And I'll do some quick samples because the bridge pickup sounds almost the same as any Solar. It's the neck pickup that's interesting on this. So this is a B. A stands for the model type. Most of the Solar A models have these really cool bevels. B stands for bolt-on. It's a bolt-on neck. FR stands for Floyd Rose. As you can see, I have some colored parts here. I'll get to that and why they're there. And CAR stands for the paint job, Candy Apple Red. And yeah, this guitar is so beautiful. The only way I can describe this is if Jessica Rabbit was a guitar, it's this right here. It's actually a lot darker in person than it is on camera and all the lights that are bouncing off. So it looks brighter when you film and play live and whatnot, or not really play live, but if you're in a highly lighted area, it looks lighter when you see it through this. So let's quickly go over the pros and cons. Let's do cons first. So you may have noticed these knobs are different, the trim is different, and parts of the bridge are different. There's a reason for that. Hold on a second, something popped up on my computer. There we go. The reason these are different is because I kind of had them lying around. You may have seen on this channel some older videos. I had a Charvel that I was decked out purple and green and shit. I kept the purple parts because these are titanium. The D-string screw here was really kind of tough to get loose and tighten on this bridge, to the point where I replaced with one, and for me it's like just replace all of them. The rest were kind of easy, but that one was really difficult to kind of just loosen and tighten, which technically isn't a bad thing, but at the same time you don't really want to have to really shove and like give it a lot of arm strength to do, you know what I mean? I also replaced, you can't really see on this crappy phone here, but I replaced the saddles too, just because I had them, and also the string intonation, I guess, lock thing, whatever you want to call it. I replaced it just because I had it lying around. The bar I replaced because the one this came with didn't really twist and go in smoothly. So I decided, I had this lying around from the Charvel and just threw it on and it works. These I put on just because they look cooler. However, the volume knob on this guitar is already kind of broken. Let me strike a chord here. That's going from 0 to 10, so that's going to get replaced. It is a push-pull. If you want to do coil tapping, that's more of a pro anyway. The tone knob seems to work just fine. Let's, yeah, no problem with the tone knob. Three-way switch. Again, both these are push-pull to activate the coil tapping, so if you have this in the bridge position, and you coil tap the tone knob, now you're coil tapping this one, and then if you do the neck, it's that one. So as you heard in the tone here, I have my orange cabinet mic'd up. These are the Orange Crush speakers. It's their kind of brand of speakers. And behind me, I'm using my orange Rocker 15 Terror head, not the big PV beast for this demo, because this has this has less gain than this one, but more clarity than this one, especially when it comes to the clean channel. So those are the cons of this guitar, is mainly just the bridge and the some of the electronic and the pots and stuff. Oh, sorry, one more con. The 3rd or 2nd fret was kind of raised a bit when I got this. It could have been just from the traveling. Who knows? This was a B stock guitar, so it has some paint imperfections, which I don't think I can even film. They're so minuscule. So I got this for almost 200 bucks off. This usually retails for $1,000. I got it for about 800, 820, give or take. Let's go over some of the specs really quick and then the pros. Roasted maple neck and fretboard. If you can see, it looks like chocolate, man. It's just so awesome, like a mocha kind of guitar neck. The headstock, actually, if you can see, didn't get all the roasting done, so I think that's kind of unique. Solar locking tuners, as is the My Solar T1.6C, which is off to the side. That guitar still smokes. Obviously, it's got the locking thing here. I noticed this doesn't have the thing here that most guitars with Floyds have. I don't know why they do that. It's just how this is doing it, so we're rolling with it. Glow-in-the-dark side dots, stainless steel frets. Again, really cool access to the 24th fret up here. You don't really have anything in the way. I just took the back plate off. Another con, it doesn't really fit that great. It's hard to pop in and out. Same thing with this one here. It's almost kind of too big. Like, I can feel it here. It's not all the way closed, so I'm gonna have to take a piece of sandpaper and sand that down. Another con was the input jack was really loose. Every time this moves, it just would loosen. So I had to actually go in here and kind of raise this up and put it in farther, or put it out farther, if you want to call it that, to get this to not come loose and all that. So, and the wires are really small. It was really hard to do that. So when I am going to basically upgrade the pickups, which I'm going to with these DiMarzios, probably just going to have the guy just give all new wiring. I think I'm going to replace, well, I know I'm going to replace the volume pot because it's broken, but I don't think I'm going to have this be push-pull since it's for the neck pickup. Because with the single coil, I don't need to tap a single coil. That's kind of overkill. So I'm going to leave the push-pull for the bridge because I want that single coil tone. I'm using this for actually almost every band I'm in, which is Blue Jay and the Pigeons, All the Rage, Cannon Brigade, the Mark McKee Experience. That's what this guitar is for, as is the other Solar. Both of these guitars are just going to be for those bands. So let's go over the pros. The feel of this neck is great. It actually feels a little bulkier than the T1.6. Most Solar necks are generally the same specs. They all have the C shape, blah, 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 but no two guitars are different. So this one feels thicker, but feels smoother in the same way. Aside of this fret, it feels okay. Nothing else is really too clappy. It sounds really cool. I got the action set relatively low. I like my action on my Floyd super low. So the bridge is sunken in to where, I guess if you want to see the top of it, it's kind of like, imagine, let's see here. Here's the guitar, here's the bridge. It's kind of like that, basically. So let's hear some sounds here. So again, this is the dirty channel, go to clean. Here's the bridge pickup. I'm not using any boost or anything. This is just how the orange amp sounds with the guitar just going straight in. I think the amp, the settings are treble at 9, mid at 7, bass at 5, gains I think like 8.5. Let's coil tap. You can actually coil tap the whole thing if you go in the middle position. Let's do that now. So here's the middle position coil tapped. Now let's coil tap the neck and get double coil tap. Now let's go to the neck pickup. Still coil tapped. Not coil tapped. Let's do some clean sounds here. Let's see, got the foot switch down here. So here's the bridge clean. Coil tap. I really like how that sounds, so I definitely want to keep the coil tapping for the bridge pickup. Middle position. Still the bridge coil tapped. Now let's go neck, full on, no coil tap. Very scoop sounding, I think. I could be wrong. And coil tap. So the reason I want to switch out these pickups is for personal taste. I think the Duncan Solar bridge it's decent. The EQ is middle all the way, 555. I need a little more than that, so I'm going to put in this DiMarzio Fred, which is kind of the unofficial Joe Satriani signature pickup from back in the 90s. I've had this in a couple guitars in the past. I really like it. And the neck pickup is kind of Evergrey Hendrick inspired. He has a at least in the prototypes, a DiMarzio Heavy Blues. This is the Heavy Blues 2, a little beefier for a single coil. This I find to me it sounds too scooped and is a little too loud, if that makes any sense. Although switching though, the volume sounds equal, but I think this has too much for what I want in a neck pickup, because I predominantly play in the bridge. I rarely use the neck, and if I do, it's for clean, and I want that single coil tone. This is a hum canceling stack, so I'm not going to have a true vintage single coil, because that 60 cycle hum just bugs the fuck out of me. So that's kind of this guitar in a nutshell. I also have a titanium Floyd Rose block here that I'm going to put in place of this one. So I'm going to do another demo when all this stuff is upgraded. I'm going to get red pieces here instead of purple. Even up here, I'm going to get some red titanium stuff here. I'm going to put in the titanium block. I'm going to get the pickups put in, the pot replaced. So I think I went over pros. I think it's just the pros right now. It's just how the feel and the look of this guitar is pretty stellar. It does sound good when the volume pot isn't crapping out. And it does stay in tune, even though it's a Floyd again, but you gotta do your typical setup. You have to get the strings on, stretch them out, do the whammy bar a bunch to stretch out the strings, then you're good to go, just like any Floyd. I know Floyd gets a bad rap for not staying in tune. That being said though, there is some truth that my show I did last Friday, it was outside and it was pretty muggy, and we're in monsoon season here in Albuquerque, so it was pretty muggy and humid, and the strings shifted sharp pretty hard to where I had to just tune it as best I could to get it to go, and it worked. So that is still a downside of having a Floyd. But I like having whammy bars. I'm good with it. I know how to use them properly and know how to set them up. So anyway, that's it. I'm just rambling now. So that is my Solar AB1.6 FRCAR. Another demo coming soon once I get all this shit replaced. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that notification bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and comment. YouTube wants everyone to engage that way, I guess, now, so I can get in the ever psychotic and psychopathic algorithm. So see you guys in the next video.